Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Well, it seems like Hungary has balls, if you know what I mean. I think you do. The thing is, with this Ukrainian crisis, Russian-Ukrainian war, whatever it is over there, invasion, special operation, whatever it is. Europe, as you all know, depends on Russian oil to a certain extent, gas, natural gas, and so on. Now, because the master across the Pacific told the European unions to shoot themselves in the foot by imposing sanctions on Russia when they're not part of the war, they did because they said, yes, sir. Um, so then they started imposing sanctions. Obviously, they can get rid of, 40% of uh, natural gas and 28% of oil or something like that around that the whole Europe there, the amount of the fossil fuels that they get from Russia. Now these masters from across the Pacific, from over the Pacific, they managed to have the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines closed with Germany. So Germany is really at the whim of United States, who's going to help them and provide them with the resources they don't have, but they just tap their strategic oil reserves, United States. So great, good job. Nevertheless, and liquefied natural gas, they would provide somehow extra price, super price. Anyway, so, but we have here uh, Hungary, who is an independent country under, Viktor Orban, and we have I think just before the war started in February, Orban went to Moscow and met Putin, and they agreed and they made some contracts with delivery of natural gas and resources, fossil fuel, and that didn't look good in Europe. Now Germany was pressed by the States and other guys in Europe to you gotta impose sanctions on Russia, you gotta do this and you gotta do this. Now they want to impose an embargo on the Russian fossil fuel, the European Union. Now Hungary is in the European Union and it seems like it has a veto power. Now Hungary seems to get use of its veto power. So this article that I have here is from Bloomberg by Zoltan Simon. Now from May 2nd, 2022. This is the um, title. Hungary floats veto threat as EU works to ban Russian oil. All right. Well, it seems like Hungary is more interested in its people than in the how do you call that? The globalist agenda. So Hungary would be ready to veto European Union sanctions on Russia's oil industry if the measures restricted Budapest's ability to import energy, according to a senior official in Prime Minister Viktor Orban's government. So the European Commission is set to propose a ban on Russian oil by the end of the year over its war in Ukraine, with restrictions on imports introduced gradually until then. So they are so just sissies. They don't want to impose right now because now we're gonna get rid of your oil soon. Now until we find the other guys ready to give us some. That tells me that morality and virtue is up to a point, or it's very measured in this case. I mean, if someone commits a crime, and let's say, God forbid, a member of a family is, something happens, are you going to say, okay, you used to give me strawberries, now I'm going to just buy strawberries. By the end of the year, I will buy less and less. But by then, I'm going to still buy from you strawberries. Thank you very much. Is that what you're going to do? Or you can shove your strawberries in your... So Hungary, which is heavily reliant on Russian energy, has been among the most vocal in opposing the expansion of sanctions. Orban's government has warned of severe damages to Hungary's economy without access to Russian oil and natural gas. Yes, you care, they don't. So it says here that since such decisions require unanimity, conformity, it makes no sense for the Commission to propose sanctions affecting natural gas and crude oil that would restrict Hungarian procurement. All right, Cabinet Ministry Gergely Gulas said. All right, Hungary's position on imposing sanctions on Russia's oil and gas hasn't changed. We don't support it, government spokesman Zoltán Kovács said in a Facebook post on Monday. He was refuting a report by German television network ZDF, which reported on Sunday that Hungary and Austria had lifted their veto threats. Okay, so those guys are disinforming. Is anything happening about that? No. So then we have here German Vice Chancellor Robert Habeck said Monday that there is still no unity among EU member states among an oil embargo. What does it mean? We have to pressure them until it's going to be unanimity, and they say we all agreed. We are united. We are united. Yep. So it says here, I don't know whether an oil embargo is imminent, he told reporters. I hear different things and talk to my colleagues about different options. Other countries are not that far along, and I think you have to respect that. So they're coming, but they're slower, slow. The slowest gazelle on the savannah is still coming, injured. It's Hungary. It's gonna come to our unity. United, EU. Germany would be able to handle such an embargo. Germany as a whole, or some strata of the population. Just a few could be handling, but the rest going to be a little bit worse. And then we got some people that will really be hurt about it. But overall, yeah, we're good, man. We're good. We have created a situation. He said, but it might still result in disruptions. It will. That would have been but he doesn't try to tell the truth because he doesn't want to scare people with their decisions. We have created a situation in which Germany can withstand an oil embargo. Good. Why didn't you do it before? This means that the country will not be left without a trace. Good. Orban, who was re-elected last month, congratulations, earlier called sanctions on Russian energy his red line. Let's see, Orban. Then he said Orban's government, has agreed with Russia to allow the conversion of their gas payments to rubles, testing the EU's sanctions policy. Russia last week cut off gas supplies to Poland and Bulgaria, making good on a threat to stop flows if payments are not made in rubles. EU energy ministers are meeting in Brussels on Monday to discuss Russia's demands for natural gas to be purchased in rubles, and are likely to discuss the oil sanctions package as well. Well, I think you will do that because you have the example of Poland and Bulgaria, and it was like a shot in the air, warning shot. Well, we'll see how they will threaten and how they will call Orban again this and that. They will call him names and dictator and hardliner and madman and strongman and all these words that they used, starting with Slobodan Milosevic, Saddam Hussein, Muhammad Gaddafi, and Taliban, and so on. Some of them qualified, but some of them do not and did not, I think. That's my assessment. I can have that opinion. Can I, YouTube? We'll find out, I guess. Anyway, so good. Hungary, for how big it is, with what, about 11 million people, I think, 10, 11 million people population. It has, it has things, and it shows. It doesn't show that Hungary is necessarily on either side. It's just on the side of its people. That's how I see it. That's why they get elected. They're the same guys for the past, what, 10 years or more than 10 years, right? Well, each country, if we like sovereignty of Ukraine, we should like the sovereignty of Ukraine. If we like Ukraine to be able to make its own choices, then we should allow Hungary to make its own choices. Oh, you're in a union, so you have to give up some of your liberties, correct? Well, too bad. It is what it is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you in a moment.